Okay, now let us talk about the dress. Right. Pastor Jamal Bryant's wife stepped out in a dress and the internet went crazy. And these so-called Christians, they call this woman everything else but a child of the Most High. Now, mind you, I'm well and truly blocked from her page, right? I call her Jezebel and her husband Ahab, so I'm not a fan. But what I'm not going to do is to sit and watch you so-called Christians throw stones at her and give descriptions near to prostitute regarding this woman and her name. And I don't think that is fair. You don't like the dress, right? You don't like what you represent. It doesn't make her a prostitute because her husband did say he purchased the dress. And some of us know when it comes down to men and buying anything, they're not going to pay attention to detail like women. So he just see this dress and buy it. That is what I think. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He just think that this dress look beautiful. I'm going to get it for my wife, and that's the end, right? And a lot of you so-called Christians that are criticizing, some of you are bitter and jealous. Yeah, let's put that one out first. A lot of you are bitter and jealous. You don't look like her, you don't shape like her, you can't keep a husband, you don't have a husband, right? So when you see this woman that is well kept, attractive, stepping out on her husband's arms, you feel some sort of way. You are just waiting for this woman to make one step for you to criticize, throw stones at her, and try to equate her with prostitutes. It's not fair. No, let me tell you what's wrong with the dress. The dress is not see-through, right? And a lot of you Christians like to downplay attractiveness, right? You like to talk about modesty. So in my book, to what I'm seeing is as if modesty has to do with everything that is ugly. And when it comes down to attractiveness, we give everything that is attractive and beautiful to the devil. And the Most High should get everything that is dull and boring. Okay, I just had to put that in there because it's something that I know. When it comes down to Christian women, some of you are so unattractive. No wonder Samson had to sin, because Samson had to tell his parents that this woman pleased him, right? Because you Hebrew women, you are not very attractive. A bunch of you are not very attractive. So when you see somebody like Carrie Bryant stepping out, and you see she make one little move, you're going to come at her really hard, right? Even when it's not called for. Now, let me tell you what's wrong with the dress. Now, I told you guys that some of these fashions come out of the pits of hell. And the dress is giving ancient Egyptian goddess vibes. And I don't like that. You see where I point the arrow? And see where the piping, all of the piping come together. I don't like the fact that you have a central focus right there, and also it is at the back of the dress. I really don't like that. That is the only fault I see with the dress. This giving this central point at her private area, I don't like that. That is the fault I find with the dress. Other than that, it's a beautiful dress, and I do understand that some of these fashion come out of the pit, and a lot of you are criticizing her. You're wearing fashion that is inspired by the devil also. Yes, because fashion is inspired by the pits of hell. A lot of it, unless you create your own style, right? So stop throwing stones. There are more important things to talk about than a dress. We need to pray and say, glory be to the Most High.